How old were you when you made your first million?
45 years old.
And what's the most amount of money that you made in a single day?
Probably $5.5 million. One of the things I learned a long time ago is if you want to get rich, sell to rich people. Sell to people with money. Why? It takes no more energy to sell $1 million offer than it does to sell $1,000 offer.
What's the greatest piece of advice that you received that changed your life?
I think the thing that changed my trajectory wasn't so much a piece of advice as it was something that Robert G. Allen, the author of Multiple Streams of Income, said to me at a seminar. I told him, I'm doing really good. I used to be a trash man making $6.25 an hour. Now I'm living like a king. I'm making $30,000 a month. You know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said, you're doing really good. You're on the path to making some really big money. And he said that to me in front of like 700 people. And the first thought was, did he just diss my $30,000 a month in front of 700 people? My second thought was, wait, there's a level where $30,000 a month is not a lot of money? Oh, let me get to that level.
And what do you do for living out here in Miami, Florida?
I'm sorry, say again?
What do you do for living out here in Miami, Florida?
Entrepreneur, 2 different companies now, reduced from 4 different companies.
Do you come from money?
No.
What is the secret to sales, though? A lot of people, they struggle to bring in that extra revenue. What's the secret to selling?
Close. Don't waste time with anything else. Just close.
How old are you now?
62.
What's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
Don't change a thing. I wouldn't change it. My only regret, I can't do it again.
But if you lost everything tomorrow, could you make it all back?
It's a good question. I don't know. It's tomorrow. Nobody knows. Live for the moment.
How did you get the money to start your businesses? Did you go into debt? Did you have to borrow any money?
Worst thing you can do and the best thing you can do. Cash advance on credit cards. My God, yes. Debt. Probably 22% interest.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's balls to the walls.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. I really appreciate it. You got amazing advice.